Hi everyone! Before we get into the video, make sure to like and subscribe. Trust me, it's in your best interest. Let's get into the video. So, today's video is all of the tips you need to know about living in New York. Tip number 1, you're going to want to make a list of your priorities. There are so many opportunities in the city. There's so many things to do. There's like millions of events every single day. So you want to make sure that you know exactly what you're here for. The city is going to seriously suck the living life out of you if you let it. So you're going to want to say no to some things and yes to others. And if you play your cards right, you're going to get everything out of the city that you want. But you need to make it your BITCH and not the other way around, because the city will definitely do that if you don't make a list of things that you want to do. If you are working your 9 to 5 and your goal is to do something for yourself, to work on your own stuff, and then your work friends are asking you out to go out, for work drinks, and if you make that list, you know exactly what you're here to do. So you know that, after work, you need to spend 2 hours on your YouTube, or 2 hours on applying for other jobs, or 2 hours on your side hustle. If you know and you have that list and those priorities and you'll stick to them, that will really help you, because if you just say yes to everything, you're going to wake up and it's going to be like 2 years after you've already moved here and you're going to be like, have I done anything? Like, I've just been going out. So definitely make a list and be organized. Tip number 2, once you've set up your goal, it is now your job to take New York by the balls and do whatever you need with it. So you need to take initiative. It's wonderful to manifest and be attracted to things, and I am such an advocate for that, but you also need to take the lead and take initiative on things. For example, if you're here to make friends, you have to be the one to reach out, because a lot of the times people are busy with their own lives, or they just didn't think about you, and it's not something that you should take personally at all, because everyone is living their own lives, right? And especially in places like New York, people are really respective of people that go and get what they want or ask what they want, and 9 times out of 10 the city will say yes to you. You need to just be the one to go out and get it. You need to be a real go-getter here in New York. You can't just sit around and expect things to come to you. Number 3, so this is mostly an out in public sort of thing. You need to know exactly where you're going. Even if you don't know where you're going, you have to look like you know where you're going. You have to look like you're absolutely unimpressed by anything. And if you are looking at your maps, make sure that it's very low key. If you have headphones in, I would suggest listening to the maps in your headphones. I don't personally do that. I just I'm kind of low key with it. But I've noticed a lot out in the streets, no one is really standing, like texting on their phones. Standing, absolutely not, but just even walking on their phones is weird. Like, people don't do that. People literally are out on the streets to get from one destination to the next destination. If you look like you're playing around in any way, you're going to get taken advantage of. You're going to get people walking into you on purpose. Like, people are like ruthless here, and you really need to take charge and look like you know where you're going, that you've lived here for 10 years, and people will treat you with respect. Number 4, you're on this video already, so well done, but before you move to New York, I definitely suggest to do as much research as possible, because when you move here, it's like the city just like sucks you in, as I've said, and you're going to want to be as prepared as you possibly can in terms of geography, in terms of how to get around to places, in terms of making a list of your favorite restaurants, bars, museums, events. I love just going on Instagram. Secret NYC is a really great Instagram account. So it's definitely your job to do your research on where you want to go, what you want to do, how it is that you need to do it. Number 5, now this may be a personal one, but honestly I wish that someone told me this. This literally happened out of pure luck, and it is try to get an apartment close to your job. Now, I wouldn't suggest doing this in Midtown. Like, who wants to live in Midtown? No offense if you live in Midtown, but I don't know about all that. But my work is in the East Village, and I just somehow by pure sheer luck ended up living in the East Village, and I literally walked to work for like 5 or 10 minutes, and I cannot imagine myself going on the subways. Like, especially nowadays, the crime rates in the subways are like insane. You think that they're bad right now, they're even worse. So I'm currently looking for places, and I'm like, there's absolutely no way I'm going to be going on a subway in the morning and in the afternoon. So no thank you, I'm going to be walking. And the thing about Manhattan is, if you live in Manhattan, it's mostly walkable. So if you decide to live close to your work and it's like Lower East Side, well, you can go into like East Village, or like vice versa, so things are pretty walkable here. So definitely really suggest that, especially if you're in like this work mentality where you want to go to work and then you want to go home and like work on your own stuff. It really saves time and energy, mental energy, like physical energy, everything. It's perfect. I love it. Number 6, do not get the Citizen app. If you do have the Citizen app right now, I suggest that you delete it and just see how your day goes, because honestly, like, if you've never been to New York or you've never lived here and you have the Citizen app, it sounds like it's like a helpful warning, but you know, I think that ignorance is bliss in some cases, and I do not want to know that a man got stabbed like a block close to like where I'm walking. Like, let me just go on my merry way, you know what I'm saying? That just causes unnecessary fear and unnecessary like negative mental stuff going on in my head that I do not want, and if I can avoid that, I'm going to avoid it. Whatever happens, but I am not going to be sitting here being like, oh my god, this man got stabbed like a block away from me. That's just going to make me grow negative thoughts in my head even more and manifest things into reality that would have otherwise not even been there. So ignorance is bliss. Just try it. Like, do not have the Citizen app on your phone because it's really scary, I gotta tell you that. Number 7, do not give anyone eye contact. You don't know who you're looking at. Some people, they think that it's a threat. They think that it's you asking to get like picked up. They think whatever they think. It is not your job to think whatever they're thinking. Just don't look at anyone, because that can encourage someone to want to approach you. And do you really want that? No, because you don't know who is going to be approaching you, unless it's a really cute guy. But most of the times, if they're cute and they're approaching you out on the street, they're probably crazy. So let's try to steer away from that. Number 8, if you do get approached, pretend like you don't hear anything. Pretend like you don't even know the English language, or pretend like you have headphones in and you have no idea what they're talking about, or earpods, or whatever it is. People would come up and approach me, and I would dead ass, like, they would be like here talking to me, like men would be here, and I would literally just be like standing across. Like, you don't see many people often standing in one place, because that gives like other people the chance to come and approach you and like do stuff or steal your stuff or like whatever, like do some funny shit. And not even just that, it's like people just want to go from A to B, and they're not really like out on the street to be out on the street, you know what I'm saying? So that's the definite New York mentality. And if you want to move here, it's a lot better that you get into that mentality, unless like you want to make it harder for yourself. Then walk with confidence, look like you're confident, and just don't give anyone eye contact, and do not reply to anyone if they do start talking to you. Even people that look harmless, just don't talk to anyone, absolutely, ever. Number 9, and I already mentioned this, but develop a New York strut. What is this? What is a New York strut? I call it my crip walk. It is my I am unfuckwithable walk. Literally, as soon as I turn on my crip walk, my New York strut, people, like, if they were gonna fuck with me, they're not gonna be fucking with me anymore. Honestly, like, the amount of times I kind of felt like either intimidated, or like someone's going to be approaching me, or like there's like a man that's like, you know, looks intimidating, and he's like kind of approaching other people, and like as soon as I turn on this walk, I don't know what it is, like I don't know if they think that I'm like strapped up or something, or I'm like the girlfriend of a crip, or I don't know what it is, but like there's been 2 cases where I have been approached and I just did not even like give them attention, and they left me alone, you know. So definitely turn on that I am unfuckwithable walk, and you will be safe. Number 10, now I need to take my own advice, but it probably won't be, because New York is freaking loud. But a lot of people have been suggesting lately to not wear noise cancelling headphones, because there has been an influx of, you know, the homeless population walking around and just spitting on people, for example. So many women on TikTok have been saying like the homeless people have been like spitting on them or whatever. It's been like unprovoked like approaches. So definitely you need to be always aware of your surroundings. Don't like look around like you don't know where you are or whatever. Just know like, yeah, okay, I'm like around these people, I'm in this location. As long as you're aware, it's gonna be all good. And I wear my big noise cancelling headphones, so I don't even know. And tip number 11 is explore neighborhoods that you want to live in before you live in them. I would rather sublet for like a year somewhere that's kind of close to your work, and then like walk around for that whole year and just keep in mind like, oh, is this a neighborhood I'd want to live in? Is this a neighborhood I want to live in? Because it's like all great to kind of see, you know, on a picture or on a YouTube vlog or on a TikTok, a neighborhood, but it's completely different when you're there walking around, you know what I'm saying? Where are some good cafes? Where's like the best laundry place? where are like the subways, how am I going to get to work, is there a bank, is there a Whole Foods, stuff like that. So do your research before moving here about neighborhoods, because neighborhoods are completely different. Like I was going to say, one block is completely different to the next block, but not even that. It's like one side of the street is completely different. You literally cross the street and it's like a complete different vibe. It's insane. So definitely do your research. And with that, I'm going to leave it. I'm going to do another video talking about different tips as well. I'm going to be building on, you know, the things that I have learned in my 1 year of living here. So if you're interested, definitely subscribe and like and comment down below if you want any specific videos about New York or anything. And with that, I'm going to go, and I will see you in the next video. Love you guys.